Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. A holiday storm dumps more than a foot of snow in our local mountains, shutting down major freeways in the passes. What we can expect conditions to clear when, and plus a look at the road conditions this morning.
And free Starbucks, well, kind of. When and where the coffee giant plans to hand out espressos at no charge to you.
And happy Kwanzaa, where celebrations are taking place today. All right, good morning. Good to have you with us on this. I'm Vanessa Dillon, in for Maddie Jansen.
And I'm Tom Wallace, in for Alex Fisher, and certainly watching the roads and the weather this morning.
Yeah, you know what? The good news is we're not seeing as severe conditions as what we saw yesterday, but it's still pretty chilly out there for us. So let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions here in the city. It is expected to look at around 46 degrees, and we're looking at that dew point at around 41, east-southeast winds at 3 miles per hour. And although we're looking at those pretty much mid-40s well into this morning, we start to see things get into those low 50s later this afternoon. So definitely very cool conditions here in the city for us, as well as Tehachapi. You guys saw a lot of snow yesterday, 30 degrees right now if you're waking up with us. West-northwest winds at 7 miles per hour with the dew point at 30. And we're only expecting things to stay relatively chilly throughout this afternoon, well into this evening. We're looking at those pretty much mid-30s well into this afternoon. And we're also expecting to just see things pretty much stay cool, although we're not looking at much more snow coming into the mountains. And we are expecting to see foggy conditions, though, well into this morning. I'll get into the details in regards to what you can expect later today coming up in our pinpoint weather forecast.
And we're looking at traffic right now at Airport Drive. Actually pretty nice on the Highway 99. Very clear out there. Not much going on at this point. And we're also monitoring for you a non-injury crash on Wheeler Ridge Road and David Road. Doesn't seem to be impacting traffic in that area, but for now, roads looking clear, looking good out there, and we'll have another check of traffic in about 15 minutes. Moving on now, it's been more than 24 hours since a major snowstorm hit Kern County and caused major highways to close across the county. Now, at this 5 a.m. hour, the Grapevine still is closed. California Highway Patrol closed the 5 freeway at about 10:30 p.m. Wednesday night. The snow caused drivers to get stuck in the heavy snowfall, and the northbound side was closed at Parker Road in Castaic. And the southbound side was closed at Grapevine Road right here in Kern County. At the time of the initial closure, CHP reported over 150 cars stuck in the snow. Many travelers were forced to sleep in their cars. One couple told 17 News that they were scared they might not make it through the night.
Got stuck at 1 o'clock in the morning. We finally got out this morning, and we're lucky to be alive. We called 911. CHP wouldn't come out all night long. I mean, we were waiting, kept calling, and they just told us to stay safe and keep your doors closed.
Law enforcement reminds commuters to always make sure you have a full tank of gas and have plenty of blankets, snacks, and water available. Now, the Grapevine was not the only route impacted by the storm. Highway 58 also closed for most of the day yesterday, and around 4 yesterday afternoon, the department began escorting traffic in both directions and opened it back up. But last night, CHP reported they were closing Highway 58 again in both directions due to black ice. As of showtime right now, 5:03 a.m., it is still closed. And out in Tehachapi, it looked like a winter wonderland. People there woke up to a blanket of snow yesterday. The winter storm dumped 12 inches of snow in the area.
Well, the storm may be over, but we still have some tips. If you're planning on traveling, we want you to be safe.
Yeah, we've got some tips for you if you're hitting the roads today or at any point this week. If you drive through snow, make sure you have everything you need in case you get stuck. Some cars already have gotten stuck on the Grapevine, as we let you know, and if this happens to you, it's important that you be prepared. Keep some blankets and extra food and water in your car. It's also a good idea to keep your cell phone chargers and batteries in the car, and make sure you have chains for your car in case you need them.
5:04 is your time this morning. New laws taking effect in 2020 will impact schools across the state capital. And now our bureau reporter Ashley Zavala explains some of them.
About a dozen new state laws will affect schools across California. Starting next school year, it will be illegal for public schools in the state to suspend students in 1st through 5th grade for willfully defying teachers or administrators. Then from 2021 through 2025, it will be temporarily extended to kids in grades 6 through 8. Supporters say suspensions for willful defiance are disproportionately used against students of color. Another new law, a mandatory change to school start times. The law is set to be phased in over the next 3 years. High schools can start no earlier than 8:30 a.m. and no sooner than 8 a.m. for middle schoolers. The controversial measure could be costly. State legislative analysts have said some schools may end up spending millions to accommodate the adjustment. Limiting and banning smartphone use is at the center of another law affecting schools in 2020. School boards will have the power to ban devices with the exception of emergencies or other special situations, such as medical reasons. Supporters say smartphone use is linked to lower student performance and interferes with the educational mission of schools. In Sacramento, Ashley Zavala, 17 News.
Here at home, a train hit and killed a man on the tracks behind the Kern County Museum. The accident was reported shortly before 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The man who was killed has not been identified. The train crews say they saw the man walking on the railroad just before the accident. To warn him, they blew their horn, but the victim kept walking. The man was pronounced dead at the scene.
Anytime that you're crossing railroad tracks, you have to do it in an approved location. And the only place to really do that is where a roadway crosses the tracks, or if there's some sort of structure or pedestrian bridge or tunnel that goes under or over the tracks. But if you're along the railroad right-of-way, you're actually trespassing. It's illegal to be out there.
Sergeant Garrity adds, these types of accidents seem to be happening more often due to railroad encampments. He reminds everyone that being upon the railroad right-of-way is a misdemeanor charge.
Well, the man accused of assaulting and kidnapping a woman has pled not guilty to 6 felony charges. Yesterday, 21-year-old Fabian Prieto has several charges, including kidnapping and spousal abuse. You might remember on the night of December 18th, Prieto allegedly forced a woman into a car at an apartment complex in East Bakersfield. Police said the two knew each other, and a concerned citizen noticed the woman struggling inside the vehicle as it traveled on Highway 178. Police said that person tried to intervene, and Prieto got out of his vehicle and pointed a gun at them. The witness hit Prieto with his vehicle in self-defense and then called 911. Prieto is now held on a $250,000 bail. He's due in court January 7th.
Bakersfield police need your help to capture 2 men who robbed a shoe store and stabbed an employee who tried to stop them. According to police, the robbery happened on December 13th at the WSS store located on 60 Chester Avenue. Police did not go into detail on the employee's injuries. Both burglars are described as men in their 20s. Now, the first is 5'7" and weighs 170 pounds. He wore a black hooded sweatshirt, black Raiders hat, and gray shorts. The second suspect is 5'5", 145 pounds, and wore a black jacket and blue pants. Anyone with any information on this case is urged to call BPD at 327-7111.
Well, a woman is suspected of stealing a wallet from a person at the Kaiser Permanente office in southwest Bakersfield. Police say the theft happened on November 13th at the offices of 8800 Ming Avenue. And the suspect is described as a woman wearing a black long sleeve shirt, blue jeans, and white shorts, shoes. Anyone with more information regarding this case is asked to call Bakersfield Police.
The Red Cross is always out to help people. And now it needs your help.
That's right. How you can volunteer after this.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News with Maddie Jansen, Alex Fisher, and Kevin Charette with your Pinpoint Doppler forecast. This is 17 News at Sunrise.
First responders with the Red Cross have worked tirelessly to help locals during the holiday season, but they still need your help due to a shortage of volunteers. The Red Cross has been very busy to help keep you safe. This year alone, they've helped 210 families and more than 40 individuals in our area after devastating fires. Now, volunteers provided financial help so victims could go to motels, buy food and clothing. And it's tough work, but Red Cross volunteers are happy to do it because they make a difference every time.
One of the the most tender moments that I ever had was at 2 o'clock in the morning. There was a little boy standing in the street with his family. The house had burnt down to the ground, and he looked at me and he said, "Where's my blankie?" My heart just melted.
To prevent fires, the American Red Cross volunteers install free smoke alarms to anyone who requests it. And if you'd like to get yours installed, fill out a form by going to endhomefires.org. Plus, if you want to become a hero volunteer, you can donate to the American Red Cross. Go to redcross.org and sign up. And remember, this organization is volunteer-based, and all donations go directly to victims of disasters.
5:19 is your time this morning. A local Kwanzaa celebration is happening today, and the theme of the event is celebrating, building, and strengthening family, community, and cultural bonds. The free community event will include an art gallery, musical performances, and vendors, and the celebration will take place today from 1 to 5 p.m. at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center on South Owen Street.
A family of adopted children adopts a blind, abandoned kitten, bringing healing and love to everyone. The London family celebrated Christmas with this furry little thing. That's Eileen, the blind kitty. 13-year-old Samantha, 14-year-old Elijah, and 18-year-old Cassandra adore her. When the family heard about Eileen on the news, they knew she was meant to be with them. Someone abandoned the blind kitty in a pile of trash, unfortunately, and now she has a forever home with Alana and her 3 kids. And Alana went from foster mom to just mom in November when she adopted Samantha, Elijah, and Cassandra. And the children came to Alana 3 years ago through the foster system, neglected, malnourished, and scared. That's why Eileen's story connected with this family so deeply.
For me, when I heard about it, it was just like connected with our story. Like, we weren't treated well, we didn't have stable food. Like, we would go weeks without eating sometimes, and there was just, like, hearing about her being found like that. And she was, like, just a baby, like, just in a dumpster wrapped in a Taco Bell wrapper. Like, it was terrible, and, like, I felt like we could give her a home that she could enjoy and love. So I feel like that's what our new mom has done for us, and I felt like we could do that for her.
Oh, so sweet. All right, for those willing to take a dip in chilly water to welcome the new year, McMurtry Aquatic Center is holding their annual Polar Plunge on New Year's Day. Participants will have the option of either going down the slide or jumping in and swimming 25 yards before getting out and enjoying a cup of hot chocolate. It costs $5 to take the plunge. For an extra $20, they'll throw in a warm sweatshirt. Registration begins that morning at 10:30 and the event starts promptly at 11. Anyone who is at least 7 years old is welcome to participate. McMurtry is located at 1325 Q Street.
Covered that event last year.
I don't know that I would want to swim. I'm just like, I'm always cold, so I'm not a fan of just swimming into cold waters.
Well, maybe a sweatshirt could help.
Right. All right, need a pick-me-up today?
Yeah, that's right, where you can get free coffee in Bakersfield.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back. There's a push to get Target to get rid of plastic bags for good, and a Change.org petition has collected more than 459,000 signatures. It was addressed to Target CEO Brian Cornell and other officials with the company. The petition says getting rid of plastic bags won't be convenient to us, but it is time to act. According to the movement, Target's plastic bags are a choking hazard for the earth. Now, Target says it's been working for solutions that are environmentally friendly. They say that includes plastic bags that are partly made from recycled materials. Tesla's electric truck rival is hoping to steal the spotlight with a new video that shows its electric vehicle doing full 360 turns from a standstill. Take a look. The company calls it the quad motor tank truck turn and says the high-tech feature will be available on both its R1T and R1S models, and it expects its truck to go on sale in late 2020. According to Business Insider, the electric vehicle company has gained the financial backing of Amazon, Ford, and Cox Automotive, among others, and is the most anticipated electric vehicle brand since Tesla.
Wow.
Interesting.
Starts at $69,000, says that price. Very cool. All right, if you're up at this hour, you're going to want to hear this. Do you need a pick-me-up after the holidays? Well, Starbucks has the cure. Yesterday, the coffee giant announced they will be giving away free espresso drinks through the end of the year. Starbucks does not want the festivities to end, so select locations are hosting pop-up parties. Each day, 200 stores will offer free espresso drinks to customers from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 2 o'clock p.m. And the deal is good for seasonal favorites like peppermint mochas, and other year-round go-tos.
Yeah.
All right, the locations will change, so Starbucks has a website to help. Check out starbuckspopup.com each day through December 31st to see which stores are hosting parties that day. All right, so we checked, and today you'll be able to make good of the free espressos at the Weed Patch Highway and Highway 58 location. All right, you think you're going to go?
I might, yeah. I go to Starbucks every day without a discount.
Yeah, that sounds good.